We're back with more GAWT. Now's the time for Grown Ass Women News. Each week, I'll get Erica's take on the week's entertainment news, current events, and news about grown ass women. First up, there are a lot of movies coming out, especially for the holidays and for Christmas. And I've been going to a lot of premieres.
I know,
interesting.
you're very busy these days. I see on your Instagrams.
Well, it was one movie that I went to. It's called The Fire Inside. It's the story of Clarissa Shields, and it's due out on Christmas Day. It stars Ryan Destiny as Shields and is directed by the Oscar-nominated cinematographer Rachel Morrison. I was really happy to see that. And it was also written by the Oscar-winning director Barry Jenkins, and it also stars Brian Tyree Henry. And it's about Shields, Clarissa Shields, the boxer, who at 17 is the youngest boxer at the United States Olympic trials in 2012. She won gold medals for both 2012 and the 2016 Olympics. She's also the first American woman to win a gold medal in boxing at the Games. And she went pro in 2016. And it's just a wonderful story, a very well-written story. I think Barry Jenkins did a great job. The acting is phenomenal. Ryan Destiny is just this wonderful young actress. And you know what? I was really happy at the premiere to see so much support for this film. You had Michael B. Jordan there. You had a slew of people. Jamel Hill was there.
Ah, girl.
I got to say hi to her.
Oh, cool.
I got to actually meet Clarissa Shields, and she's just a phenomenal person. And with all of this wonderfulness coming on, you know, there's some drama happening.
Uh-oh, what went on?
There seems to be some fallout between Papoose and Remy Ma, which dates back to 2023, when Papoose discovered that Remy was cheating with him on a battle rapper called Easy the Block Captain. He's yeah.
What the hell?
The kids know.
Oh boy.
Okay. But Papoose allegedly assaulted this battle rapper, we'll just call him Easy, during a battle rap event that same year, but never spoke publicly about the fight or his and Remy's deteriorating relationship. Now, Remy, of course, went to jail for some time. Pap held her down. They were on the reel many times. They ended up having a wonderful baby that they called the Golden Child, and she's just a beautiful little girl, and it's just a wonderful love story. And now all of a sudden, this is all changing. All of that changed when Remy Ma made a scathing social media post last week revealing that Papoose had a romance with Clarissa Shields, the boxer.
Say, what does it have to do with the movie? But now,
I was going to get to it. Okay.
I mean, you took a minute.
Now, she's accusing the rapper of being a serial cheater and being involved with multiple women. So Papoose responded by confirming that he knocked out Easy the Block Captain, deeming Remy as a narcissist. And, you know, for a long time, Remy and Papoose, we knew something was going on because you know how they stopped posting each other,
right,
and you just see right, and you just see the baby with one of them or whatever. So now this has happened, supposedly because Remy believes that Papoose and Clarissa are now dating. And so the bad blood keeps boiling over because Pap said he knocked out her, which is Remy's proposed boo, the Easy dude. And now it's a mess. And the thing is Clarissa actually sent out a tweet saying, hey, my movie is about to come out. My people are going crazy because this isn't good publicity.
Right. Don't fuck up my shit right now. Come on now.
So what do you think about all of this? This is like drama.
I mean, listen, you and I talked about these women, which I love, Remy, I love, Cardi B, but all of them in love with these bad boys. Like, what do they expect? You know what I mean? It's like now Cardi B and Offset are in the club together again. It's like, they love the drama. They love that kind of like, somebody's going to shoot somebody for me. Someone's going to beat somebody up for me. Someone's going to, come back and get me in the club because even though they cheated on me, I got 5 of their babies. I mean, like that's some rap shit. That is some rap shit. I am sorry. I'm not in it. You met Corona Bay. He's not a rapper. So I don't know about
Thank
that.
goodness.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
He sings like Bob Dylan songs.
I know. He's a little guitar. He's going. I checked him out on his Instagram and I saw him. So it's like, yeah. Don't date rappers. I think the whole moral of this story is don't date rappers.
You go straight up acoustic. You got to go acoustic.
But you know what? At least it's giving her some type of publicity. I think,
100%.
People didn't know, so.
Bad publicity is good publicity. Yeah.
Exactly. I say watch her movie. It comes out Christmas, The Fire Inside. Another movie that I went to the premiere of was the Mufasa movie, which is the Disney movie. Is the story of Mufasa, which is the father of Simba.
I love it.
And this was another movie by Barry Jenkins.
Barry doing it.
Can I say I love Barry Jenkins? Have I said that a number of times on this?
Him and Coleman Domingo are your 2 favorites. You love him. You love Coleman Domingo. You love Michael B. Jordan.
They're so cool. He is just a cool and I don't think I've said this before, but Barry Jenkins, what I really love about him is that he really loves the whole process of movie making. He's the Oscar-winning director of Moonlighting.
And
Moonlight.
Yeah.
And he actually developed a lighting system that is great for people of color because, a lot of people don't realize how lighting is so important. And the reason why and you remember, you as a writer, back in the day, like I'm talking about like in the 80s, they wouldn't put dark-skinned people on sitcoms because of the lighting.
Right, absolutely.
Because if there was a majority of white people, then you have like that 6th or 7th seed, which would be the black person or the person of color.
Neighbor, yeah.
It was hard to like because you got all these white faces,
absolutely.
And then you got that dark one down there, and it's like it was always like an issue. But because of technology and I'm not making this up because remember when Oprah Winfrey had her talk show?
I was gonna say Oprah made that happen.
She had special lighting.
Absolutely.
That was very, very expensive. We could never get it on the reel. That's why the reel.
We can't get it on this show for sure.
Oh,
can I get some lighting, Ceej?
I mean, it's like, all you need is a gold filter and you're good. But she was using all types of filters, things like that. So anyway, I say all of that to say that Barry Jenkins developed this really great lighting system, him and his team of people. And I think that's one of the reasons why, when you see his film, you see this clarity, this clearness. It's very artsy.
I first came into contact with him. I spoke at the Savannah Film Festival when Moonlight was. I'm very established. But I saw the movie, and it was so beautiful. Like the way that they shot that movie, to your point, was so gorgeous. And I remember, this was his first movie, so no one knew who he was. I was in a screening of it, and I remember I was sitting next to this one woman who's on the panel with me, and she's like, when it finished, she didn't know what to say. She's kind of like, well, I don't know if I like this movie or if I don't like this movie. She was white, but not to say that that's it. But I was like, what are you talking about? This is the most beautiful movie I've ever seen. And again, I know it was a different kind of vibe, but it was so beautiful, like visually. Mm-hmm. And even because the book, I love the play that it came from in the title of the play, or I think that it was a play, was in the moonlight, colored men look blue. I think that was and so I just thought that was such a beautiful title, and that's exactly how it was shot. Like those moonlight scenes when they're in the water and the beautiful boys look blue, and so it was so poetic to me. So I'm a huge fan of his, and I'm so happy to see him, just continuing to make magic.
He will. And this is another movie, this Mufasa movie, which is a Disney movie. And it stars Aaron Pierce, is voiced by him. And it's the debut for Blue Ivy.
I know.
She plays Kiara. And it was just a wonderful Disney movie. It's just another part of The Lion King, and it answers a lot of questions about Scar and all that kind of stuff. But of course, there's always going to be drama.
More drama behind the scenes.
Before this premiere, there was an accusation by a young woman concerning Jay-Z, who is the father of Blue Ivy. And this accuser went through this attorney named Busby, and they filed some type of civil suit. And they're trying to say that Jay-Z was one of the people that raped her, along with P. Diddy. And there was a celebrity female with them. This caused a mess. Jay-Z responded the night before with a letter from his attorney, and basically he's fighting these charges. He's saying that it has never been done. He says that he was just upset because these claims are preposterous. And what I like about what is happening is that Jay-Z never blamed the accuser. There was an interview that the accuser did, we call her Jane Doe, with NBC. During that interview, there are a lot of inconsistencies in her story. She even admitted that, yeah, I have inconsistencies. But the thing is that what Jay-Z and his lawyer is saying is that Busby is they're accusing Busby of trying to just shake down celebrities. And supposedly there have been letters sent to other celebrities, trying to, I guess, have a meeting, or they're either trying to get money and things like that. Jay-Z is the one who is actually saying, I'm going to fight, that. And with all that said, we always want to believe women, and we want to wait until the courts decide. What I like is that he's saying, we're going to go to court. I'm going to show you that you're wrong. And, we're going to clear this all up.
Yeah, listen, I think both things can be true, right? I mean, like if we're saying he's being accused by this woman, we don't know that she's not right. I mean, he could be 100% guilty. We just don't know that, and you're right, he deserves his day in court. But I think this is one of the things that is very difficult for women who have been sexually abused, because you're going up against someone with that kind of power. You don't think you're going to be heard, and you do need an advocate. And again, I agree. This guy the lawyer is not coming off in the best light, because he looks like an ambulance chaser, right? Mm-hmm. But this Jay-Z being a part of this, if defendant number two, it's been a conversation that everyone's been having. Everyone's heard that there's like a male celebrity and female celebrity who were there with Diddy in that whole thing that he was charged with. And so everyone assumed it was Jay-Z. So it's, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. But I would not accuse him. I wasn't there. I'm not saying he's guilty. And you're right. Once someone accuses you of rape or murder or whatever, it's like you can't unring that bell. And so that's going to be something that's going to follow him. So he's going to have to aggressively defend himself, which he's doing. But at the same time, you've got to feel for this woman who, at 13, quite frankly, I know the inconsistencies seem, dubious. But do you remember at 13 what you were doing? And if she was drugged, you're going to have fuzzy memories. I'm just saying, it doesn't make him not guilty just because at 13 she doesn't remember, after being drugged, what lies she told to her parents.
Right. Well, the thing is that I'm going to ask your opinion of this. This came out the night before the premiere. Do you think he should have went to the premiere?
Listen, I think to your point, he's doubling down on being innocent. And I think he wants to hide in plain sight and not, I think he thinks if he didn't show up, it'd make him look guilty. You can either look at it two ways. It's, I'm not guilty, so I'm going to show people that I'm not afraid to show up for my daughter or walk the streets. Or it could also be like, I'm above the law, and so no one's going to get me anyway. And that's what I think came off with Puffy. And that's why they got his ass while he's walking through a hotel.
With that said, quickly, there's some other Christmas movies that are coming out, a complete unknown. Timothy Chalamet is playing Bob Dylan. Also, Nicole Kidman is coming out as Baby Girl.
Ooh, I can't wait to
and
see
these
that.
are all like potential Golden Globe, and it's award season. So it's going to be an interesting season. So it's going to be a bunch of holiday movies if you're interested.
Well, first of all, I've got all of them now from I get my screeners from being in the guild. And the Academy, and so I'm excited because I would not see them otherwise,
Well, that's for your holiday, but also I want to give it a shout out to Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. She made a one night only Broadway debut in the play Anne Juliet. And it fulfilled a lifelong dream of hers. She had such a good time. She was so cute.
She's so cute. She's like itty bitty. She's tiny.
She's a little something, And I'm glad she did that. I mean, while other people are hanging out, other justices are hanging out with billionaires, she's just, doing theater.
So cute.
I just think that that's great.
I love that she was like probably a theater nerd. You know what I mean? Like she's like, oh, I'm going to go study my books, but then I got to go to theater class. And she probably always wanted to do that. It's so cute.
I love it. Also, we want to talk about something a little serious. There was this article that says that women in Congress are more likely to be victims of deep fake pornographic items than their male counterparts, according to a national organization that combats disinformation online. They're called deep fakes, and also known as AI-generated, non-consensual, intimate imagery. The images are also called deep fake pornography, and they target mostly women. And so a lot of our congressional people, and if you notice during the campaign, they were doing this with Kamala as well. So there definitely needs to be some type of legislation to combat this. And this is what a part of what we were striking about the 100%, actors was this new AI technology. Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's such a slippery slope. And I know that, there's still legislation going on right now, but I think, you have to be able to own your own likeness. You do. And anytime someone infringes, it's intellectual property, right? So if someone was going to go and take you and take your jokes and just, put it on the internet and change the punchlines or make it racist or whatever, like that's got to be against the law, because that's right. That's putting, like, that's defaming you, right? And you have to be accountable for stuff that you have to verify that you didn't say something. It becomes a whole thing. So yeah, I mean, there has to be legislation, and I don't understand why it's taking so long.
Yeah, I don't know why either. It's just, everybody's like scary. That's just like this whole TikTok thing. They're talking about banning TikTok, and it's like, it takes so long. I don't know. It's like we could do everything else quick. When they want to get my money, they take it quick.
They sure do.
Pass these policies.
I mean, it's like the drones, right? Like those drones over New Jersey. Like, why don't we let's get those drones? Like, why are we talking about whether the drones are like okay or not? Like, let's make something happen. But that's the problem right now with, I think, Washington in general. I think, like, you have to have 15 million votes to have something done. It's like no one can do anything unless you have. It's bureaucracy. It's red tape. It's all the stuff we talked about before, and it's just
definitely so.
It's
we'll keep looking at that. Also, there's this new phenomenon, Erica, of boomer grandparents that are refusing to be directly involved with their children and grandchildren. Honey, they like. You can keep them babies. You can keep them all on TikTok, all on X. There are all types of tweets and there are all kinds of posts complaining. And I was reading one. It was her name was Kira. She says, I think about writing a book about the devastating phenomenon of baby boomer grandparents refusing to be directly involved with their children and grandchildren. I've heard so many sad stories from Gen X parents like me recently. And so she ended up getting a response by one lady. She says, I'm the mother of two beautiful daughters. 26 and 26-year-old twins, and my husband and I have been all in 24/7 their entire lives. We set them up for success with love and really being present. Both have advanced degrees and steady boyfriends. That being said, I will not be a nanny for their children. I will love them and spoil them, but I will not be an every week plan. It's my time now to travel and enjoy my husband. We've never asked our parents for anything. Them offering a date night was the cherry on top. Otherwise, she saved and hired a babysitter. Call me selfish. What do you think?
I love a glamma. That's what I call it, a glamma, because, and it's funny because, you know, when Wendy Brickell was on our show and she is on Papa's House, and that's her character. Like, she plays Damon's ex-wife, and she comes in and the kids run to her and she's like, "Oh no, did you wash your hands? Like, go over there." You know? And I think it's true. I mean, listen, especially like my mom, I think my mom has no grandchildren because my brother and I are, you know, have horrible relationships, but I think deep down she's kind of like, thank God, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have to deal with our kids. She's happy to deal with our dogs, and that's about it. But I think,
at some point you should help your children. I mean, I think
they've helped. I think to that woman's point, like she's helped her kids. Now she's not going to help her kids. Like, how many kids does she have to be responsible for, right? I mean, I put you through college. I'm just saying, I'm just taking the devil's advocate of it all. Like, I get it. If you like put your kids through college, they probably lived in your house for like till they're in their 20s. You paid for their weddings. I mean, all the stuff that you've done. And finally, like, when is it about me? Like, I get that. It's like, now, like, you're good. It's your turn to take care of your kids. I'll be in Tahiti.
Like, but you're supposed to help the babies. Who gonna help with all this?
Well, it's so funny because I have, there's a whole nother layer of Erica, but I have an ex who had a daughter. So I was kind of like a stepmom for a while. So she's coming, because the ex is gone, but she and I still have a relationship. She's 9. And she's very close to my parents too. So she's coming to stay with me over the holidays. And I'm like, Mom, you know, her name, I'm not going to put her name out here, but she's coming. And my mom's, well, have fun. Like, you don't want to hang out? She's like, nope. She's like, that's on you. Have fun. Like, I'll see you when she's gone. But it's that kind of like, I don't know. I think it's kind of like, you know what, it's your turn to be a mom. I've done that. And I'll come say hi, but I'm not going to entertain. I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to, I don't want to do all things I had to do for you. And it's a thing for sure.
Well, you know what? See, I don't understand. I thought that it was okay to help your kids. And I get, you don't maybe want to babysit them every day, or help them or whatever. I just think it's just like, I don't know.
I think they're tired. Like, my mom is tired. I think she's just like, all she could do is just criticize me. So that's a full-time job for her. After that, she's got no more energy left.
Wow. Okay. Well, all you grandmas, they not your regular grandmas anymore.
Grandmas. They're grandmas.
These are not even grandmas. These are just, I mean,
call them grandmas.
You got the cost of living going up. You got all this, you got to help with these babies.
Well,
okay?
You're a better person than most people. You're very altruistic. Most people
But that's why I didn't have children.
See, exactly.
See, this is, for a number of reasons, is the reason why I didn't want to have children, but this is one of them, because they expect you to help. And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, they want to stay alive. You gotta feed them and make sure they stay alive.
Okay, well, moving on. Blast from the past is the bubble skirt has made a comeback.
What?
And there's a lot of opinions about the bubble skirt.
I remember the bubble skirt.
You remember the bubble skirt? Are you
yeah.
partaking? Are you gonna dust off yours from the 1980s?
It's probably in my parents' garage. Speaking of, like, my parents keeping my shit. I love a bubble skirt.
Well, the problem is, I think some people feel like some are too short. Like, they're really like, they're not a bubble.
Well, can I tell you what the real problem with the bubble skirt coming back now? Like, back in the 80s, and me, if you could see my lower torso, like I don't have an ass. Like people who have, if you have too much ass, you can't wear a bubble skirt. Now everybody has a big ass now. So like the bubble skirt does not work in 2024 with these big asses.
Oh, those kids are wearing them though. They don't even look like a skirt. I don't know what it look like. Underwear.
It looks
that's
like a
kind
diaper.
of puffy.
It's like a diaper.
Yeah, it looked like a diaper.
A full diaper.
I can't wear no bubble skirt. I got enough bubble.
I think you look cute in a bubble skirt.
No, I am not 13.
First of all, can I just tell everybody how cute you were at your show? You're so cute, and you're so into Christmas. And she had her little reindeer ears. I mean, Loni Love is feeling Christmas. She has the spirit.
No, I just wanted to give people a reason to have some type of Christmas spirit, holiday spirit.
Sweet.
And so I've always wanted to do that. We would do it all the time on the reel. When it was the holidays, we decorate the set, we dress up, leading up until that day. And so now that I'm not on the show, I said, well, I can do my live shows that way. And I think people really appreciate it. And it's just, you never know who's going through something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're entertainers. We're supposed to help people escape. We're supposed to lift their spirits. And so, especially around the holiday time, it can get real iffy. So
see, everyone, Loni has a heart. She's like the big marshmallow.
Anyway, without a bubble skirt on.
That's what I'm getting you for Christmas, a bubble skirt.
Oh, do not do that. We're going to take a break, everybody. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Sheila E. about being in a male-dominated field.
I bet she has a bubble skirt.
This is grown-ass woman talking.